Let's do it. All right, welcome to your barre class today, guys. We are gonna work those legs and we're gonna get nice and warm first. So let's start standing. We're gonna start with just a couple calf raises. We're gonna start from our feet all the way up. So I'm gonna have you rolling up onto the toes and back down. Take it nice and slow, really work through those feet. And then I want you to take it onto your left foot, roll that right foot, roll the ankle both ways. Then I want you to point it and flex it. Point, flex, point, and flex, other side. Same thing, we're gonna roll that left foot around. Both ways. And point and flex, flex, point, flex, and point. Good, we're gonna bring our knees up and around in a circle. Take it nice and slow, start to keep that core nice and engaged. Think nice tight abs, shoulders down. Reverse that direction of the knee, so bring it out and in. Warm up those hips. From here, take those hands, bring them up behind the head. We're gonna do a couple good mornings. I want nice soft bend in the knees. Those hips come back, nice flat back. Back up to standing, squeeze the cheeks. Sit those hips back. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Bring it up. Repeat. Up and squeeze. We're gonna do 2 more times. And breathe. From here, take a walk to the back of your space. We're gonna tuck our chin, roll through our spine all the way down to the ground. Feel that nice stretch behind the legs. Walk the hands slowly out into a plank. Hold that plank here. 3, 2, 1. Walk the hands back in. And roll it up. Again, roll it down. Key is to take this nice and slow, let your body get used to the movement, and then walk it back in. Up to standing, we're gonna do a couple body weight squats. So I want you to bring your hands, you can bring them up to the head, bring them over, you keep them on the hands, whatever you're more comfortable with. We're gonna sit it down for just some body weight squats. You can start nice and small and do a nice half squat, and then go a little bit deeper with each one until you start to feel those legs and thighs feel a little bit more warm. Make sure you're watching those knees. Make sure they are tracking straight behind the feet, and you don't want those knees caving in. Think of opening them at the bottom. Pressing through those heels. Up and squeeze. 3 more. 2 and 1. All right, we're going to a nice little tiny jog here. So not really a jog, but kind of just to get the blood going a little bit. Walking side to side. You can also do a step tap here if you want to keep it real low impact. Barre is a very low impact class, so this is pretty much the most high impact thing we'll do. Unless y'all want a cardio bar. All right, about 10 more seconds. Nice little jog in place. Bring those arms up over the head. Back down. I want it nice and slow. All the way up, warm up those shoulders. And then I want you to take a nice wide stance into a second position. The second position. We're gonna keep our hips in line. So booty's not going out, staying in line. We're gonna bring it down for a nice wide sumo squat. Knees are pointing out. We're gonna bring it down. Reach up and over. And down. And reach. down, reach, one more, and reach. Again, left side. Bring it up and over, down, and reach. 3, 4, and 5. Bring it down and hold. This is just the warm up, so I want you to hold it in that nice low squat position until you start to feel those legs start to burn. Pulse it up and down. Try to bring those shoulders up more. Try not to lean too far forward. 3, 2, 1, and bring it up. All right, those legs should be pretty warm by now. So we're gonna start with just some calf raises. So if you have your chair close by, you can hold on to your chair for a little bit of support. And that's really all we use the chair for, is just some support. We don't want to be holding onto it, really just lightly holding. So we're going to start in our parallel position, which is ankles right under the hips. We're going to slowly roll up onto our feet and bring it right back down. We're going to go for 40 seconds for each round, so those legs and calves are going to burn. And that's the goal. So starting here in our nice parallel position, if you want to hold on to something, you're going to roll it up, squeeze those calves, thighs are squeezed, core is tight. Bring it down. As quickly or as slow as you want. So as long as you're controlling it, you can take it very slow, or you can go double time. Choice is yours. How hard do you want to work? Holding on if you need a little bit of balance. We have 15 seconds left. Make sure you're getting up as high as you can on those toes. Keeping your glutes squeezed. They should be starting to burn if they aren't already. And break. Bring it down, bend the knees. Nice little stretch behind those calves. Shake it out. We get 15 seconds in between our rounds, and we're going to go to a first position. First position is just our toes pointing out in a nice little V. Retuck those hips underneath so that the hips aren't sticking out. Bring them under. Inhale, roll up and down. Keep it going. Lifting. Heels come up. Man, it's been like 2 weeks since I taught barre class, and I'm already winded. Right back into it, guys. We got 14 seconds left. Get up on those toes, control it coming down. Don't just let the heels flop down. Work through those feet. 3, 2, 1, and bend those knees, keeping the heels on the ground. Stretch out the calves. Shake out the legs. We're going to go into our second position. So a nice wide position. The wider it is here, the harder it is. So toes pointing out, re-pull those hips in line, lift the heels up and down. Going at your own pace, take it slow, or challenge yourself and don't let the heels hit the ground this whole time. Just little pulses. Keep breathing. We have 20 seconds left and my calves are screaming. Fight through it. That's the good burn. 10 seconds left. Almost there. Woo. 3, 2, 1, and break. Shake out those legs. Take a nice little stretch. If you want to pull the toes up back towards you, sit it back. And same with that other leg. Sit it back. All right. From here, we're going to go into squats with a leg lift. We're going to go into a nice wideish squat, so not super narrow, a little bit wider than shoulder width. And this is a squat, so we are going to have our hips coming back, not like our sumo squat where we're staying upright and coming down. We are going to be bringing it down. We're gonna alternate between a squat and a leg lift. That leg lift is coming straight to the side. You can keep the leg bent a little bit if that's more comfortable for you. The goal is to keep the knee facing forward the whole time, squeezing that glute at the top. We're gonna start with the right leg first, and then we'll do the left. So I want you to sit it down nice and low, lift, place it down, squat. Repeat. You can also point that foot to help squeeze that leg a little bit more. It's not about height here, it's really just about activation. So don't worry if you can't get it up super high. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. We're going to do the other leg. Grab a sip of water if you need it in the meantime. I think I do. All right. Using our other leg. Oh, my leg's changed. We're going to sit down nice and low. Other leg comes up and place it down. Keeping that core nice and tight. The only thing moving is that leg. Take the movements nice and slow. Our hips are going to feel it tomorrow. After this, we are going down to the floor, doing a little bit more hip work. 10 seconds. Sitting it nice and low, watching those knees in your squat. Nice deep breaths. And break. Okay. So we are going to go into our hands and knees for some donkey kicks, some leg extensions. So make your way down to the floor. We're going to start on our hands and knees with some leg extensions to the back. So, I want you in a nice, comfortable position. If you have very sensitive wrists or your wrists start to bother you, bringing it down to the elbows is just as good. As long as you're keeping that core engaged, I want your back to be as flat as possible. And the main key here is when you are moving your leg, this is the movement, it's going to come straight out to underneath, back to straight out. The goal here is to not let your back arch and arch. We don't want that cat and cow over in it. We want to keep it as level as possible. So the only thing moving is that leg and that glute. So we're going to start with our right leg first. We're going to do 8, and then we're going to bend it and do the bent leg donkey kick. Same thing. Try to keep that back as flat as possible. And then from there, 8 hamstring curls, and then 8 side to sides. I'm gonna walk you guys through it. We'll do good. Gonna have you guys do 16, but didn't feel like also having to do that. Not yet. We're gonna repeat through this twice, so you will feel the burn. We're gonna go for the first 8. So go ahead and get into your hands and knees position, some space between the knees. There we go. All right. Bring that right leg back. Extend and squeeze. Bring it under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it out there. Bend that knee and flex the foot. Bring it down. Press it up. Down and up for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold here. Extend that leg back straight and bend it. Kind of like a hamstring curl. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That left hip should be also starting to feel it. 7, 8. Extend it out. I want you to bring it over to the right side just a little bit, and then back over to the left. So it's just kind of waving side to side. For 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're only going to go 5. Bring it down, rock it back to a child's pose. So that motion of that leg going side to side is pretty much, think of it as a tail wagging side to side. And rock it back. Take a nice big deep breath. We're going to get ready to do the opposite side. Try to keep those hips square to the floor. The more you lean onto the non-working hip, the more you will feel it in that hip. So if your left leg is up, but you're leaning really far into that right hip, you're going to feel it in that right hip just as bad. All right, left side. Pull that core in. Make sure you're not sinking down in those scapulas. Bring it up. Left leg comes out. And under. Straight leg, squeeze the glute. And under. 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to make your glutes work sometimes. You have to turn them on. 7, and 8. Bend that leg. Bring it down and up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to bring it out. Extend it straight. Bend and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold that leg out there. We're going to bring it over to the left side just a little bit. Over to the right. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring it down. Rock it back to your child's pose. Nice big deep breath. All right, we're going to repeat those donkey kicks again, and then we're going to go into fire hydrants. This time we are doing it time-based, so we have 45 seconds of donkey kicks on each side. If you struggle feeling donkey kicks in your glutes, that's okay. That's pretty normal sometimes. So if you want to bring your foot, I like to play with flexing my foot and pointing my foot. If you feel more activation in your hamstrings and glutes with pointing, stick with pointing. And again, try to keep that back as flat as possible. All right, 45 seconds, guys. Here we go. Right leg comes up. Flex or point. I want you to bring it down. Press it up. Where that leg stops is where you squeeze. If you want to make this more intense, keep the leg up and pulse it up. That is your other option for those of you who have been doing donkey kicks for a while. You can always add bands. Got lots of options for you guys. We got 5 seconds. And break. Rock it back. Take a second. All right. Breathe. We're going to go with our left leg. Have some space between the knees. If your wrists are starting to get sore, feel free to bring it down onto the forearms. Bring that leg up. Bring it down. And press. Keep that core pulled in. A lot of things to remember. "15 seconds left. Keep squeezing. Three, two, one, and break. Get back. All right, we have one more set of fire hydrants. So we're going to use our right leg first, bring it up onto hands and knees. And that right leg is going to come out to the side, just like you are a dog on a fire hydrant. So the goal with these, if you haven't done these before, think of keeping your leg in that nice right angle, and it's just coming up to the side. It's not about height. Don't want you to try to throw that leg up there. If you can only get it a couple inches out, that's also just as good. All right, right leg. Here we go. Bring it out and in. It's all about control with these. Controlling it coming down and controlling it coming up. We're not just throwing it up there. Make it a little harder. You can add a pause at the top. You really want to feel it tomorrow. That left hip is definitely starting to work as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, and break. All right, left leg. I'm going to drop it down onto my elbows. Same thing, left leg comes out to the side and down. So if you're on your elbows, this is what it's going to look like. Or up on the hands. And keep those hips as square as you can. "12 seconds left. Keep breathing. Keep that form going. 3, 2, 1, break. Nice big breath. Take a second. Stretch out your legs if you need it. Take a sip of water. And then you get to lay down. We have some clam shells. We're going to power through. Get our hips done. So you're going to bring it down onto that elbow. You want to make sure that your left elbow is right underneath your left shoulder. I don't want you to be sinking down into it, though it feels quite nice. We're still working. Core is nice and engaged. Shoulders engaged. You want your feet to be in line with your hips, and knees are stacked on top of each other. From here, we are going to do opening that top leg for a clam shell and back down. Top leg open, knee to the ceiling, and down. And keep it going for 3. We're going to go for 8 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I want you to bring that leg in the air. So think of holding a pillow between your knees. That leg is going to come back up and down, close. So it's pretty much just an open clamshell. And down. 3. Knee stays bent. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to bring our knees back down. I want you to lift those feet off the ground. Yes, feet off the ground. So knees are facing down. You're going to lift that top knee up. These ones are a little harder. Open for 2, 3, 4. These are not working for you, bring your feet right back down and stick with your regular clam shells. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. Bring it all the way back down flat. We're going to extend that leg up straight, bend it back down. Last set of 8. 2, straighten down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I lied. We're going to do some circles. Bring it circle to the back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle to the front for 4, 3, 2, and 1. I know your hips were screaming on that one. Mine were too. We're going to switch sides. Strong hips equals strong back, strong glutes, strong knees, and strong feet. It is all connected, you guys. Little movements like these really do help. All right, get nice and comfortable on that right arm. Make sure that elbow is in line with your wrist, elbow in line with the shoulder. Same thing, we're going to start with just 8 basic clam shells, lifting that knee up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You're going to bring that leg up, hover it, comes up, and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to bring those ankles off the ground. Open that top leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bend to straighten. Straighten. 1. Stay strong on that arm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to hold it out there. Circle to the back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Circles to the front for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it down and breathe. Whew. All right, bring it into a nice little stag position. Knees, both legs bent. I want you just to lean it forward. Feel that nice stretch in the right hip. Take a nice big deep breath in and bring it up and switch legs. Bring that left leg in front. And rock it forward on here onto the elbows if you can. Stretch out those hips. We're going to move it into a little bit of core work. We have 5 exercises that we're going to do for 40 seconds each. If you can't hold it or do the exercise for 40 seconds, that is fine. Take a second to breathe and then keep going. Nothing wrong with stopping and recorrecting any form. If you start to feel something not right, stop, re-engage, refix the form, and keep going. Our very first one is going to be a double leg raise. If you struggle with double leg raises with your low back coming off the floor, I recommend holding dumbbells sometimes. If you have them, holding them right here will help keep that low back on the ground. Otherwise, you can stick the hands underneath the hips or underneath the low back, a little bit of support to help keep that low back on the ground. With these ones, we're going to bring both feet up. They're going to come down, and then they come in to a nice little tuck position to extend it back up. So it's like a half of one. So it comes down, in, up, and down. That's our first one. All right, and after that we have butterfly crunches. Full butterfly crunches. Some of you haven't done those before. You will love them. All right, here we're gonna go for 40 seconds. Go ahead and pull those hands down. Feet come up. Pull that core in nice and strong. Bring the legs down and in. If this is a little bit too much on your low back, go ahead and do one leg at a time. One leg comes down and in, up, other leg in and up. This is your modification for this, if you have, especially if you have a low bad back. Bad low back. Otherwise, keep it going. Make this a little bit harder. You can lift the shoulder blades off the ground. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. Bring it up to a seated position. All right. Butterflies. Pressing your feet together. If you guys haven't done these before, the goal here is, again, control. Seems to be a staple in this class. You're going to roll it through the spine nice and slow, all the way down to the floor. You can use your arms for momentum to help you come up back to that seated position. If you can't make it up all the way just yet, I want you just to lift those shoulder blades off the ground, looking through the legs, and bring it right back down. If you want to make this harder, cross your arms over your chest to come up. And if that's still easy for you, then you should have a weight or a book and challenge it. So there's a bunch of different levels for these, so tailor it to whatever suits your needs. We're going to do our 40 seconds. We're going to start sitting up. Here we go. Nice strong core, flat back, roll it through, all the way down. Inhale up, back to seated or halfway. Grunting is optional. Hi. Better when you can hear everyone all at the same time. We got 10 seconds left. Nice and slow. And break. All right. Russian twist is next, you guys. If you have a weight with you and you'd like to use it, that's fine. If not, no weights are cool. You're going to either put your heels on the ground and lean it back, nice rounded back here. So you want nice, tuck those hips underneath. We don't want to be sitting up on that sit bone. Roll it back, lean it here, arms come out. You're going to go side to side. If you want to make this harder, feet come off the ground, balance. You'll feel that immediately. All right, here we go. Minimal rest between these, side to side. Go for it. Don't forget to breathe. Challenge yourself here and there. Maybe pick up one leg. Maybe try both for a little bit. And then put them back down if you need to. Ten seconds. And break. Whew. Feeling that here. All right, scissor kicks. Elbow to knee. We're going to roll it all the way down. Legs are going to come up. And they're going to alternate coming down one at a time. Hands are behind the head. Legs come up and down one at a time. If this is enough for you, stay right here. If you want to make it a little harder, bring that elbow to the opposite knee. A little bit of bend in the knees is fine. I want you to keep going. We have 30 seconds left. You can also keep the knees completely bent for this and just tap the toes on the ground, just like this. This is your modification. Three, 2, 1, and break. Whew. All right, you guys, we have one more. One more, which is our V-sit. All right, so our V-sit, back to that Russian twist position. Okay, take a nice big breath in. Again, there's a couple different levels here for you guys. You can hold those legs right underneath. Find that position that you're most comfortable in, that you can balance in. Bring those shoulders down, start to pull that core in. I want you to let just the fingers are behind the knees. And hold. Hold it here, bring the knees out a little further away from you. Think of your legs as like a tabletop. If this is enough, I want you to stay right here. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, bring one arm out and the other arm out. Pulse those arms up and down. Got 15 seconds. Feel free to cross the ankles, whatever helps you get through it. You do the Macarena, do the YMCA. You got 5 seconds. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right. Take a second to breathe. Roll it over onto your stomach. Take a nice little core stretch here. So a nice little cobra or an up dog. And we are going to go into a little bit of a plank for some of the upper body. Barre is usually mostly lower body, but I like to include a little bit of upper body. So we're going to do some plank V-ups on the elbows. We're going to work our shoulders. Then we're going to do some tricep dips and a set of push-ups, and that should bring us right to the end. So we're going to warm up our shoulders, get them nice and toasty. So for our plank V-ups, it's essentially doing a downward dog in a plank. The only thing that's moving is your hips. My mat is crooked. There we go. So you're going to bring it down into your plank. Again, we have 40 seconds in this one. So if you have to come down, I'd rather you come down than hold it with bad form. That's what we want. Good form. So have some space between your feet. Elbows right under the shoulders. Come up into your plank. I want you to bring those hips up into the air and back down. And join in with me if you haven't already. 40 seconds. Bring it up and down. And keep it going. Don't forget to breathe. "15 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. And bring it down. Okay. We have some tricep dips. If you have a sturdy chair and not a rolly chair, you can also do your tricep dips off of your chair, which I also recommend if you have it. If not, you can sit it right down on the ground with me. Have those hands facing back towards you. And we're just going to lift the hips off the ground. Again, if your wrists are very sensitive or you struggle with these, you can bring the hips down, bring the arms a little bit further back, lean far back, and then use those triceps to press you forward and squeeze them at the top. That'll be okay too. 40 seconds. We're going to inhale, lift our hips up off the ground. If you're on a chair, I want you to dip it down and up. As many as you can. Taking a break if you have to. The only thing moving is those elbows. Our hips aren't going up and down here. About 15 seconds. Keep breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Shake out those wrists. I know those sometimes will do it right at the end. Get a little sore. Bring those feet behind you into that plank position. Push-ups, hardest push-up that you can do. If it's on your toes or your knees, the choice is yours. All right. Again, we're going to go for as many push-ups as you can. So take your time. Here we go. Pull that core in, squeeze the glutes, drop it down, press it up. 1. Keep breathing. Okay, if you only get a few good ones in there. Three, 2, 1, and break. Take your hands. I want you to shake them out. Whew. Take them, shake them, bake them. Roll them around. Don't forget to stretch your wrists when you can. Take that right hand. I want you to bring it out, fingertips pointing down towards the ground. Give it a light stretch back towards you. Same thing with the left. Good, bring the hands together. I want you to press the palms together very lightly. And feel the pressure against each fingertip. And then point those fingertips down towards the ground. Hold it here. If you are on your knees still, you can place the hands on the ground facing away from you, fingertips facing back. Give them a nice little stretch here as well. Feel that in your forearms. All right, shake it out. We're gonna bring it down to the ground. Just to stretch out those legs. Pull that right knee into the chest. Cross it up and over to the left side. Get that nice low back counter stretch in here. Nice big breath in. And then we're gonna finish with some arms standing. I'm gonna throw it at you guys the last second. Go ahead and switch legs. Pull that left knee in. And all the way over to the right side. And bring it back to center. We're gonna go to a happy baby. Grab the insides of those feet. Pressing the knees down on each side. And inhale up. Bring yourself up to a standing position. All right, we have 1 minute. You guys ready? Here we go. We're gonna bring those arms out. I want you guys to get some nice circles to the back. Wax on, wax off. And reverse it to the front. Circle to the front. Oh, meeting. Bring those arms up over the head. And bring them down. Bring them up. And down. We're gonna do this 3 more times. Up over the head. And down. Up. Down. Last one. Hold it here. Bend those elbows down and in. Squeeze those scapulas together and extend it out. Squeeze out. Squeeze. 2 more. And hold it here. Take that right arm, bring it across the chest. Give it a nice little stretch. And same thing with the left. Give it a nice little squeeze. And both arms behind the back. Interlock the fingers. Stretch, pull. You can hinge it over if you want more of a stretch. And inhale in. Feel free to take a moment and stretch out anything else that you feel is needed. Otherwise, we do have a stretch and flow class today at 2. So I know you guys will be there. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Happy New Year.